Hey, this is Jimmy here, drummer every day, and the setting looks a little bit different than usual. I'm out here in the woods looking for a couple of sticks that I can whittle into drumsticks. This is definitely an experiment. I don't expect it to end well. I expect that tomorrow, when I'm driving to Kalamazoo anyways, I'll probably end up stopping into a music store and picking up some drumsticks and paying for them, and that's totally fine. But I thought it would be fun to do this little experiment today, and I have some extra time. And so where I'm out is I'm out in a place where there was recent storms and some stuff broke, because I figured I don't want something that's been sitting on the ground forever getting wet and probably not in the best condition. I think I may have just found, here's the other one I could work with. Gonna have to break this one a bit, but this wood, I'm not sure what it is. This is not birch, and I can't think of the type of wood that it is. It's very lightweight. It looks a lot like birch, except the bark is more of a yellow poplar. I think this is poplar. It's very light. I will say that. I mean, it's hard to kind of convey that. Snapped really easily. That's my main concern, is that it will possibly just snap when I start to play with it. But let's take these two pieces, and I'm gonna walk back to my cabin and see what I can do with them. Again, total experimentation. It's what my channel's about. I think this will be fun. It'll be a fun experiment. I'll start working on them tonight. I'm not gonna spend hours on this. Maybe I'll spend 20 minutes and probably just buy the drumsticks tomorrow anyways. And if I'm not done with these in 20 minutes, which I probably won't be, I'll keep working on them over time, but also buy those drumsticks so that I can also keep jamming on the drums, because at this point, the fact that both of my drumsticks have broken is kind of a serious impediment. You know, there's a lot of other things going on where I'm super busy. I'm working on a lot of other things. I'm working on another YouTube channel. I'm working on my small business, and just super, super busy. So I'm already kind of not feeling like playing drums. But just that knowledge in the back of my head, it's not even in the front of my head, like the reason, it's not the stated reason that I'm not playing the drums. But I think that subconsciously, like, I'm just aware that my drumsticks are broken and I don't feel like using them, even though I have pretty successfully played with those broken sticks for like a month now. I just don't feel like picking up broken drumsticks and playing with them. So I think that's kind of been part of what's prevented the progress. But I'm going to be really honest here, and I might do another separate video tonight about this where I'm going to respond to some comments. But just reading through some comments just now, I realized, I mean, I kind of had this thought for the first time. I don't really care if I become a great drummer ever. I mean, I kind of care because, you know, I'm the kind of person who wants to be good at everything that I do and have become pretty good at a few things, but I don't need to become a good drummer ever. I'm already good at several other things, and I know that. And I do want to have a passive income. You know, I do want to have that, and I'm seeing one of my other YouTube channels about my small business kind of take off in that direction to provide a passive income. And I don't really know a lot about YouTube, so I don't know how much it's going to be. I don't know what you start off at when you first get monetized. I don't know how much beyond that point you need to get to where you actually have a workable passive income. But I do want, like most people do, I think, to make money doing things that I enjoy and care about. And that, for me, goes a lot beyond, you know, just the fun stuff, just playing drums. It'd be cool to make money by playing drums or playing any other instrument or doing anything else that I enjoy. But, you know, it's a lot more than that. I think that everybody, to feel good about what you're doing, you need to contribute to society. And that thought has been misused a lot. And it's been implied that contributing to society, quote unquote, only means that you work some sort of regular 9-to-5 job, which many of them are very good ways to contribute to society. Many of those jobs are important jobs, and they can provide a lot of stability to the person working them. They can provide stability to that person's family. Those are important things in and of themselves. Those are valuable things. It's worth celebrating and applauding anybody who works a 9-to-5 job just so they can clock in, clock out, make a paycheck, and go use it for the good of their own family, if not even any further beyond that. That is admirable. And there's also 9-to-5 jobs where the work you're doing is not beneficial to society or it's damaging to society. There's plenty of things you can do for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, that harm others and harm the world we live in instead of making it better. And you might weigh that against the benefit of getting a paycheck that you use to provide for your family, which is important and admirable. I, like many people of my generation, want to go to work, to do something meaningful, to get paid, and also to know that whatever we're doing is making a positive difference and is a good thing. And I don't think that's too much to ask. I think that's a legitimate ideal. It's not just some sort of empty idealism. It's a legitimate ideal to hold. And the more involved you are in certain things, the more that you will maybe look away from most 9-to-5s because you want to do something that is more directly contributing to others. Money is a tool. Money is a tool that you can use, if you have it, to buy time, essentially. Because if you have money, you don't need to spend your time making more money if you have enough. And so you can choose to just try to keep using more time to make more money, or you can essentially buy time for yourself with the money that you already have or have already made. And when you buy that time, you can use that time for whatever you want to use it for. And that's where I want to be at. I don't care if I'm making my money with a YouTube channel or something else. The important thing to me is that I have enough that I can spend my time doing things that I believe make the world a better place. And for me, I'm getting way off the topic of drumming here, but for me, that starts with basics, like human beings having shelter and food and clean water. And also human beings having a means to provide that for themselves. That's not just charity. You know, charity is flawed in the sense that it's just handing things to people. And that's a nice thing to do when someone's in an emergency situation. But beyond the emergency, you want people to be able to take care of themselves. And creating an equitable world helps us achieve that. Because if the world is not equitable, if there's a huge power disparity and money disparity because of things like very basic human things like greed and abuse of power and things like that, then you have the situation where people are working extremely hard and they're still not making enough to provide the basics for themselves and their family, just because there's maybe not a legitimate means for them to leverage the work that they're doing to actually make enough money or enough resources to provide those things. Or maybe they're just missing the mark. And in the developed world, in the United States, I think there's still enough opportunities to go around. There's still enough legitimate good jobs there that sometimes when we're struggling, it's because we're just missing the mark. But at the same time, there is still inequity in the U.S. There's still abuses of power, abuses of social standing, abuses of the ability to take advantage of other people and not do right by other people. And that's an important thing that I want to address. All those things being what they are, this is where it comes back to drumming. I have 696 subscribers on my drumming channel right now. Of my multiple YouTube channels, that is my highest subscriber count. By double my next one down. But I don't have high watch hours on the drumming channel. That's partially because I usually put up shorts. And it's a double-edged sword because the shorts are also probably why I have more subscribers. Because, I can make it look like I'm a good drummer for 3 seconds and put up a short. And then the professional musicians who are providing the actual music for that short, that's where the real quality is coming in. But I'm not creating that quality. It's the band in the background that's providing the real quality. I'm just banging on the drums over that. So that gets subscribers. But now I need watch hours. Because the point is, yes, my goal is to become a better drummer, and I'm definitely achieving that goal over time. I don't have any illusion that I'm going to become an incredible drummer quickly through the method that I'm using of just jamming along with music. My sense of time, a lot of other things that I've been accused of not having, and accused with some validity of not having like a good sense of time when playing with music. That's somewhat true. I think there's a lot of people who have a much more natural sense of time, much more natural ability to play in time, and a lot of people who have improved much more quickly than I have in that specific element of playing, and a lot of people who are better at any number of other elements of playing a musical instrument than I am, or improve more quickly or more naturally or whatever. But I have noticed this really consistent trend where the people who provide those criticisms have a YouTube channel with 1 or 3 followers, and I have 696. Why? Because I haven't been afraid. I have been afraid, but I have chosen to push past the fear of failure, the fear of embarrassment, and the fear of putting myself out there in any number of ways. And therefore, I've grown a YouTube channel. Not yet to the point of monetization, but getting within sight of that. And so my goal right now, more than it is to become a great drummer, is to build my YouTube channel. And I've noticed on my channel that is growing, the channel that I have for my small business, that is growing rapidly in watch hours. A lot of those watch hours come on videos where I am not showing the process of running my business. I'm just talking to the camera exactly like I am right now, except I'm talking about my business instead of talking about drumming and things loosely related to it. So I'm going to be creating more content that is more long form content. It's easier, to be honest. It takes me less time because I just made a 15-minute video in the amount of time it took me to go do exactly what I was going to do anyways, which was find these sticks. And I'm going to be posting more of this type of content because people seem to like it. If there's one thing I can say I've done from the beginning, it's that I've been pretty authentic, and I'm growing into becoming even more authentic because I've realized that I don't have to pretend anything for any reason. I'm doing exactly what I'm doing. I'm thinking exactly what I think about it. I can put that all out there, and some people aren't going to like it, and that's okay. And others are going to like it. And those people who do like it are going to be the people who watch my videos, who maybe hit like or subscribe, and who eventually help me monetize my channel. And so that will be kind of where my focus is. And then I don't have to sit down and search through 20 minutes of footage and try to find 5 clips to put in as shorts that are like 3 to 20 seconds or more long. I can just film myself playing, upload that whole session. It is what it is. I'll talk a little bit about my approach, about the songs, about what I think about them. I think I'm a much better musical analyst at times than performer, especially on drums, because it's an instrument that I'm learning completely through this experimental process. But regardless, if you like the content and you're watching the content, I'm glad you like it. I'm not going to say thank you, I guess, for liking it, because it's just personal taste. You like it, you don't like it. But thank you for watching it. Thank you for the watch hours. Thank you for the time invested in my channel. Thank you for liking and subscribing if you choose to do that. That does mean a lot to me. I am a regular person trying to grow a YouTube channel and seeing the potential where it's getting close. And even thank you to everybody who has commented on previous videos, even people who put in long comments that were mostly negative. You're still interacting with my content. You're watching it long enough to have an opinion. You might be giving me some good advice somewhere in that rant that you post. And besides that, you're kind of telling Google that people have an interest in my channel, even if your interest is in kind of criticizing what I'm doing. So thank you all around. It's all good. Really grateful to have some time on this beautiful day to go find these sticks and start to make some drumsticks. So there should be some more videos coming up really soon about this process. And if you're curious what comes of this, just watch along. I'll probably have another 15-minute video of me whittling these. I'll have another video up soon where I actually read some of those comments that I mentioned just now and maybe respond more directly to them. Maybe just kind of read them and you can, just hear what people have to say, form your own opinion. And then I'll probably have a video of me drumming with some broken sticks tonight, because I think it is time to hit the drums a little bit at least. And then pretty soon there should be some real drumsticks going on. So thank you for watching. Thank you for contributing to my channel, and talk to you later.